we're just going to discuss what these words mean. And we might come to one we don't know what it means. We'll see. Anyways, log in, save, hand in, log out, Google Classroom, online, infer, digital footprint. Okay, so discuss in your groups now, just a minute or so. What do all these words mean? What do they mean, Dad? What does it mean? Yeah, good. How about the rest of the words? What is digital footprint? A little bit too noisy. What do you guys think? You know all these words? What does it sound like? To infer something, right? Unfair. Sounds like that. What did you guys think? Are there any words that you don't know? What do you think it means? Court? That. Any words? Any words? Yes.
The new Harry Potter one. Yeah, right now it's over $200.
Okay. Bop, bada, bop, bop. Again. Bop, bada, bop, bop. Great. Okay. So I think we know most of these words. We know what to log in. We're going to log in to Google Classroom this lesson. We're going to do some work. That just means we're going to put in our email address and password. To save something, what does it mean? Hi, Beth. Yeah.
So basically, if you want to save some work that you're not still finished, you can just press save. So it won't be deleted.
Mark, can you say that, please? To hand something in on Google Classroom. What does that mean? Does anyone know? Do you know, Frida? Okay, what does it mean, though? When you hand something in, you do it. In real life, you actually give it to a teacher. But what about you, John? What do you think?
You press the button in the top corner and screen check thing.
That's Seesaw. It's a different app.
Well, then someone else did.
I think it's a similar thing, though. There's simply a button that says hand in Google Classroom, and you press it.
And
Then it sends it to me, the teacher. So that's what we're going to do at the end of the lesson today. We're going to hand in our work on Google Classroom. Then we're going to log out. Simply press the button that says log out so that when the iPad's open next, it won't be having your work there. We know what Google Classroom is, don't we?
No.
Yes. You don't know what Google Classroom is, Mark?
It's an app.
All right, you did with Miss Delany, yes. So it's an app where we do work and hand it in, and I look at it. We're using it today. Everyone knows what online is?
Yes.
What is it? Come on. What is being online? Casper, what is it?
Being online is when you're online.
Yes, but what does it mean?
It's when you're on you're on the internet. So that means you're online.
Okay. Now it's true, when you're on the internet, you're online. We're going to be online when we use Google Classroom. You have to be online to use it. What about infer? Here was the word I thought was a little bit difficult. Infer. And anyone have a guess at that? What did you think? Infer. Anyone at this table? No? How about this table over here? What did you think? Did everybody hear that? Listen, please. You think it's like predicting? Yeah, to infer something is to predict, to make a guess, to make an educated guess, to think what it could be. So that's a new word, infer. Middle group here. Shh. Uh-oh. If somebody else has put their hand up and is speaking, everyone else should be quiet. Shh. So it's. What is that in English?
I don't know either. Can you say
Okay.
it? Well, it's like a big cat animal and.
Big cat animal,
Well,
okay.
we got it because
A wild cat?
small, but it looks like almost like a cat. Cat, but it's a lynx. Okay, probably. And it's much heavier, so it leaves.
It's a big cat,
Heavier,
right?
so it leaves like deeper footprints.
Okay, right, so it's that kind of animal, yes. A fox. Okay. Any other guess? One more guess. Another table. This table here has an answer. A lion, maybe, yeah?
I think it's a sweater lion.
Right, okay, so what kind of, we're talking about an animal with what kind of, paws, right? You're saying a cat, so it has paws. Where does it live? Shh. Where does it live? You two sit properly. The forest, the desert. It looks a little bit like dry kind of land.
Could be a human. Oh my God.
Can we make an inference? Can we make a guess about what it looked like?
Yeah, because like the dinosaurs, scientists just guess.
The scientists inferred.
T-Rex might just be like.
They can infer from the way it looks.
The T-Rex is a chicken.
Okay, let's have another look here. There's another thing here. What do you? Shh. No shouting out. We're talking in our groups again. What do you notice in this image? What can you infer about this? We're not shouting out. We're going to discuss it in our groups. What can we infer about this animal? Let's talk about it. What about this one here? It's a cat.
It's a big fat cat.
Looks like a cat to me. Okay. Excellent. Okay, good. Everyone be quiet, please. Shh. Right. Hands up if you want to say what you inferred about this animal. What did we think about this one? What did we think of this group? What did you think? It's a snake, right? So it's really old, you think? Okay, great. What about over here? Mark, what did you think? Okay, if you're going to answer like a serious answer, what do you think that is? Big fat snake, big snake. Okay, yes. Shh. Could be prehistoric. Yes, Father, put down. Fossil, there's an interesting word. Fossil. So this is very, very old. Does everybody here know what a fossil is?
Yeah.
What's a fossil then? Yes, Sarah.
It's an old like some slab, then like in the floor for a long time. Then there comes some then the sand like buries it even though now in the present day it'll be like dry.
Yeah, right, okay.
And bone, they're preserved by the minerals around the body.
They're preserved by the minerals and they turn into kind of like a stone thing, but it's not quite stone.
It's only like the teeth and the bones.
Right, and it turns into something that looks like this. This is a fossil. So, great, okay. Okay, you guys want to talk here? What do you want to say?
We inferred it was a king cobra's fossil.
King cobra's fossil. And the top table hasn't had to say anything. What do you guys want to say? Oh, yes. What do you want to say?
It's either a snake, sea serpent, or eel.
Yeah, these are great. Great. You can infer that. You can infer that by the shape of the animal. Good stuff. Okay. People tagging you. This is all part of our digital footprint. Tagging. That's a good point. Does anyone know what tagging is? Yes. What is it?
I think that it's like when you put like hashtag Harry Potter.
Right, that's a hashtag, right? That's a certain type of tag. But you can also use the @ sign, and use that on social media to add people to your posts, and then even though you didn't post anything because someone's tagged you in it, it's still part of your digital footprint. So our digital footprint is a little bit complicated. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that right now. We're going to talk about Camilla's footprint. So we're going to talk a little bit about it first. Then we're going to log into our Google Classroom and we're going to actually complete this activity. But I just want to go through a little bit of it first. Okay, Camilla's footprint. Camilla spends a lot of time online. Put your hand up here if you spend a lot of time online. What do we mean by a lot of time online though? What does that mean? What do we think? How many hours a day is a lot of time online? What do we think? No shouting out, no shouting out. Yes, how many hours would you say?
23 hours.
Well, that's not possible because we need to sleep. So yes. No, question is, how many hours a day is spending a lot of time online?
4 hours.
4 hours? That's a long time, right? What do you think?
Maybe like 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
3 hours.
What do you think, Mark?
5 hours.
20 hours.
Shh. Okay, so that's 5. We're all thinking about that's a lot of time. What is a normal or okay amount of time to be online every day? What do you guys think? What do you think, guys? 2 a day, okay. What do you think, Jordan?
30 minutes or an hour.
30 minutes or an hour. Can you sit up, please? How long do you think is okay to spend online a day? 30 minutes, okay. What do you think?
That's so little.
Wait a minute, there's people speaking who should be quiet. Excuse me, back table. Yes? 1 hour, yeah, okay. So, yes? Somewhere between 30 minutes and 1 hour. Okay, hands down, that's great. I think I understood what we all think. Do parents have a different idea than you? I know from my daughter that I have a different idea about what I think is okay. She would like to be on the iPad 3 hours a day, I would say. That's a lot. It's a lot, right?
It's not too bad.
Well, let's look at this activity and see if you change anything.
5 hours.
Okay, so she spends a lot of time online, and here are some of the activities that are part of her footprint. So for each activity, decide what it might tell you about her and whether she's in control of this activity. Because sometimes when we're online, we're not really in control about how we look or who can see it. So I want us to think about that in today's lesson. So here we have the footprint activity, the thing that she's doing. If you saw it, what might it tell you about Camilla? And then you're going to say, is Camilla in control of this circle one?
Should she have shared this or not?
Sorry? What was that, sorry?
Should she have shared this or not?
Well, did she even share it? Maybe somebody else shared it. So let's look at the first one. She appears in a video of the school play that her parents post on a video sharing site. So her parents have posted this, not her, right?
So it's not her fault.
So is she in control of that?
No.
No.
She might not be. No, I mean, sometimes parents... Can you sit up, please? Sometimes parents post things without asking, right? Has anybody ever had that happen to them? Their parents posted something? Sit down, please. You don't need to answer more than 1 second here. Okay, great. So the situation could be that she's not in control of this. So if you saw her video of the school play, what might it tell you about Camilla? Where is she? Yes.
You might see come to blah blah school talent show or something, and then there's nowhere to look.
So you might find out what school she goes to. Right, is that personal information or private information? Right, are we supposed to be sharing that kind of information online?
No.
Right, okay, that's what I want us to think about during this activity. That sort of thing. So what we're going to do now is we're all going to log into Google Classroom, and I have all of your details down the front, so I need some volunteers to hand out the iPads.